is Syndrome208 from twitch.tv/Syndrome208. I'm going to show you a quick tutorial on how to watch Twitch video using VLC Player. It's one of the best ways to watch it, so if you get a lot of stutter or it's just not, your CPU is always getting capped out, this is a way that you're going to want to watch all your streams because it's really good. There's 3 programs that you're going to want to download. One is a VLC Player. In the description below, I'll have the link. Then the live streamer right there, and a live streamer GUI. So I already have them downloaded right here. I'm gonna install the live streamer first. Go ahead and accept it. Install it. So I already have VLC Player installed, so you'll want to download that first, and then you'll download this one. Hit next. Don't need to see it or anything. Then the next one is the GUI. I already have a tutorial on this, but this tutorial is going to show you with the user interface right here. So you're going to just extract it, you open it up, you're just going to run it right here. This folder you're going to put somewhere on your computer. You're going to keep it somewhere. So just before I get into there, let me just go ahead and grab this drive. I'm just going to put it in here. This is my Windows. Drag it, continue, close that out, and in here, live streamer. Where's the GUI? Live streamer GUI. Where the fuck did that just go? Right there. Alright, I'm just gonna right click on this. I'm gonna pin the start because I have Windows 10, so I'm just gonna put it on my start screen. And just close that out. You're gonna open it up. Get logged in. So this way, like the old tutorial I have, you have to actually, for every channel that you want to watch, you actually have to make a bat file. This actually does. You can go all the top games and look at all the top games. You can go to like your subscriptions and stuff, but you have to get logged in. Authenticate. I'm not going to get logged in. I'll just do this later. But when you get logged in, you'll have like your favorites. You can go to that being browse, and this is like one of the best ways to watch. So let's go to top games. I want to watch Counter-Strike. There's a tournament right now. I'm going to click it. You have to keep it open.
Comes actually win that
right here,
well.
bam.
Navi did
all right, so once you got the stream open that you want to watch,
of that play, I'd like to see more
you can just, it's going to ask you if you want to go on source and stuff. You should be able to watch on source. And,
causing big situations.
But you have to keep this open, so just minimize it. Bam.
They're really exciting to watch.
Now you're watching. It's going to open up the stream in the exact pixels that they're streaming at. They're streaming at 720p, so this is exactly at 720p pixels, 720p by 1280. So it looks really clear. But when you use this, you can definitely, you should be able to see a difference in the performance of watching streams. You can watch multiple streams. And then if you want to watch, because you don't see your chat, so what you'll do with your chat, let me get this over here. You're just going to go to your favorite channel, /Syndrome208/chat. Bam, there's chat. Full screen. Here's the chat. This. Put it down here like that. Put it anywhere you want. And that's how you can watch streams on Twitch using VLC Player with the extension live streamer. Hope you enjoy this. Hopefully it helps you watching streams. Definitely swing by my chat and go to syndrome28.tv. Peace.
Hello YouTube, this is Goody, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get around the very annoying Twitch lag. So many of you may have encountered the issue with the Twitch player where basically regardless of your internet connection, it will lag out constantly. I've got a very good internet connection and I am incapable of watching streams most of the time on Twitch. Well, this guide is just a very quick, simple trick to pretty much work around the player issues, so on with the guide. Before we can begin, we'll need to get 2 things. We'll need a live streamer and VLC media player. Live streamer is a bit of software that allows you to basically stream content from online from websites like Twitch TV, Ustream and YouTube through a media player. And VLC media player is the media player of choice. It's the default setting for live streamer and honestly it is fantastic. So step 1, click the link in the description to go to the GitHub for Livestreamer and download the setup installer. At the bottom of the page there'll be a green button to an installer exe. Once you've got that downloaded, open it up, let the green bars do their thing and install it. It's very self-explanatory, just a standard installer, and then move on to step 2, which is to go to the VLC Media Player website, click the enormous obnoxious button in the middle of the page and download that as well. Same story, let it install. Once that's done, we can finally start getting going with some streaming. Step 3. Get the link to your stream that you would like to watch. For this example, I'm going to be using the Intel Extreme Masters stream for League of Legends. And then what you'll want to do is go to Start, and in the Run box, also known as the Search Programs and Files box, type Livestreamer, then a space, then paste in your Twitch link, and then another space, and then this is where you've got to make a choice. You can type in several quality options depending on what your internet can handle and what you would like to view in. I believe the options on Twitch are worst, mobile, low, medium, high, source, and best. To my knowledge, worst and mobile are the same, and source and best are the same. So to summarize, what you want to write is live streamer, then a space, then your link, then a space, then the quality that you would like, and after you've done that, just tap enter and it will pop up with a little box which you should not cross off because it will close the stream, and then after a second or two, VLC Media Player will pop up with your live stream inside it with significantly less lag than you would get through the Twitch website. So that is it for this guide. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like. I'll be coming out with more non-random-ish guides soon and videos soon. So if you guys, pretty much if you play RuneScape, subscribe. If you're someone from somewhere else that just wanted less lag on Twitch, probably not the channel for you. Okay, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.
Go in and then hey, Snarvik with those random things that he's Dane and our
All right, well, this is Syndrome 208 from twitch.tv/Syndrome208.
Hey, today I want to show you how to install and set up OBS for a quick stream. We also include a short video and we want to show which song is currently playing in our Fuba player. First of all, we need OBS, of course, which can be downloaded on the page either with the installer or the zip file. I already downloaded the zip file, which we then need to extract. In this case, I will just extract the 64-bit version. Select the one that fits your operating system. Let's rename that. And now to play a video back, we need to add one plugin to OBS, which we can grab in the forums. We have a plugins forum under development. And the video source plugin is of course also distributed as a 64-bit version and a 32-bit version. In this case, you would grab the 64-bit version, this file, and this has to be extracted into the plugins folder of OBS to install. So go over the interface quickly. First we have the list of scenes, so we can switch between different scenes. And each of the scene then has its own sources list, which will be loaded right here. If we select the scene and add something, we can reach the settings quite easily. Another important button which I will show you later is the Edit Scene button. As long as you have a preview running or the stream running, you can activate this button and then move things around, resize them and so on, but I will show you that. Global sources are only loaded once and won't reload when switching scenes. So this means, for example, if you have a webcam in two scenes, you add it as a global source over the video capture feature, for example, and then you would add it over add global and the name you gave it. So if you switch between scene 1 and scene 2, the webcam would still not stand still, would be steadily shown. And if you wouldn't do that, the webcam would reinitialize when changing the scene. So it would shortly stop, show a black screen or something, and then restart. So to stop this behavior, we can add it as a global source. Yeah, here's the start stream button and the preview stream button. Preview stream button is especially interesting because it can also show you the load OBS has on your system. We take a look at the performance of the task manager, and we will quickly see after that. Looks good. Start a preview. And we'll see a slight increase in CPU usage, because at the moment it's not rendering anything, but it's already trying to encode something. You can deactivate this encoding if you want to edit the scene while previewing without this usage over this little checkbox here, but it's normally not necessary. It can be helpful if you see while previewing your mouse feedback is not good or something, but normally you would have to tweak your settings either way then, so it normally can be active, can be kept active. Okay, here's the plugins button that can also show us which plugins are currently installed. So if everything went right, we can see the video source right here. And it also has a very interesting plugin, the per scene volume plugin, which allows us, if enabled, to save our mute and unmute settings for different scenes. We'll create a second scene to showcase this. In this scene we will mute the microphone, while in this scene we will mute the desktop playback sound. And if I switch back to the first scene, it kept the setting I selected beforehand. And if I switch back, I will select this setting. So this means as long as this is enabled, you can save a volume setting per scene, as the name implies. Okay, now let's get to the settings. First of all, you might want to create a profile, so you can switch between different resolutions, for example. Oh, as I see, I already did this. So normally, let's remove this one. This also, okay. Normally you would enter the name, click on Add, change settings, click OK. And the next time you come back and have the same profile selected, these settings will be active. Now, if you want to change something for a new profile, first of all, add the new profile, MDP, and then change the settings so they get saved onto the new profile. I think the rest of the general settings are mostly self-explanatory, but if you have questions, post them below. Now let's get to the encoding tab. First of all, we have the use constant bitrate and constant bitrate padding. Constant bitrate overall is a bit better for your viewers because the upload and download, the upload you do and the download they get is a bit more steady than on variable bitrate. On the other hand, if your scene is very slow and doesn't need that much bitrate you have set as your max bitrate, it will also use a bit more bitrate. So, for example, if you live in an area where the download and upload volumes are limited, you might want to use variable bitrate, as it will definitely save you some megabits per hour up and download. Now in my case, I used a little cheat sheet to select the correct bitrate for my settings I want to achieve. I want to do 720p streaming at 30 FPS and reach a high to extreme quality. So I will use between 2750 and 3500 bitrate as my maximum. In this case, let's start with something like nearly the middle, 3000, and leave the buffer on standard. Apply this, and let's get to the next point. This is important now, of course, for everyone who wants to live stream. We can select some services right here in the drop-down to get this service selection right away, or we could add a custom RTMP server if we have our own streaming provider, which is not listed in this list until now. I will use Twitch as an example, select Frankfurt as it's pretty near to me and I normally get good results to this location, but it's always worth trying out another server if you run into problems. Go from nearest to farthest and just try and see the results. Now PlayPath stream key on Twitch can be found on the Twitch TV broadcast page. Now I'll copy mine quickly, can't show you that one. And enter it. The rest is mostly self-explanatory. Minimize network impact, please only activate if you talked to the OBS admins and they advised you to do this. Save the file is interesting. I normally save my broadcast locally if something gets corrupted online. For example, to see videos or something like that. You can browse to a different folder. Hotkey should be self-explanatory. Now on the video page we can select the resolution our stream will have in the end. So if we want to do a custom resolution, we have two options in OBS. We can either use our base resolution of our monitor, which is in my case 1920 to 1080, and then downscale it. Or we could also enter 101280 by 720 and not use the downscale, but use this as our base resolution for OBS. In this case, OBS would do the resizing. In the other case, OBS would do downscaling, which also has a little filter selection, which often produces a bit nicer picture. This is why I will use this in this case. So I select the monitor to set my custom resolution back to 1020. And then I can select the downscale I want, and I will use the best filter and leave the FPS. You can of course tweak the FPS if you are, for example, streaming a shooter game. 60 FPS can very good, but you have to keep in mind that this will also increase the CPU usage on your system. So test this with caution. On the audio tab we can select our input devices for desktop audio, which means game sound, and a microphone auxiliary audio device, which means microphone. So let's see what we have in my system. I have a few more devices. Normally you will maybe just see one or two devices. And in this case, my lautsprecher speaker device is the default device. So OBS uses it, that should work. You could also select it in the drop-down instead of choosing the default one. And my recording device default is line 3, which is not my microphone. As you can see, my microphone is on line 2 at the moment. So I want to select line 2 to hear myself on screen. You could add a hotkey for push to talk, also a little delay, also hotkeys for the mute unmute functions, and finally force either the microphone to mono sound if you have a stereo microphone and this doesn't work too good, or also boost the desktop and microphone volume. The boost is, as stated, a multiplication number. So now 1, the English mathematical expression. So 2 would be doubled, tripled, and so on. And finally, you can set the mic time offset, which would add a little delay to your microphone device. For example, you could add 100 milliseconds. You add a little delay to your microphone so it fits the input of your webcam, for example. I will leave it at 0. And on this page, I always showed you the disable encoding or previewing button. Also interesting is the preset button, which has a nice little warning if you change something like that. As you can see, it can have severe negative effects on your CPU usage because the presets select what amount of compression is added to your footage. And the compression is done on the CPU, so increasing this compression, going to a slower preset, increases the CPU usage by a decent amount. So changing this is not advised unless you know what you are doing. One more interesting setting right here is the Use CFR button. If you plan to edit your recordings in a video editor like Sony Vegas or Adobe After Effects, for example, you want to activate this setting to get a constant frame rate on your stream, which is necessary for these programs to successfully read your video file you saved. Microphone nose gate should be self-explanatory as well. If you have questions, post them below. And the rest of the settings, I would only advise to change if someone from the OBS team advised you to do so. The only thing you could change by hand without too much hassle should be the process priority class, which can be changed to idle, for example, or high priority to increase or decrease the priority of OBS on your CPU. But it shouldn't change too much, actually. So tweaking the other settings as resolution and preset is more interesting. Okay, now we can add our first stuff to the scene. We will begin and capture our little browser window with window capture. So in this case, it should be called something like this. We use the inner window capture in this case. We want to capture the mouse cursor, so it's been shown on stream, and that's about it we need for the first preview. Okay, now you can see we have my full browser preview in OBS, and it should already fit the screen mostly. Now it fits. As you can see, Chrome is a bit unperfectly sized for 1080p. Maybe if I do this like that, and now it's working. And as you can already see, I activated the edit scene button to move things around. Also, I can now resize them, but they will keep their current aspect ratio, so you don't get a distorted picture. If you want to get back to perfect format, just leave the shift button untouched and resize it again, and it will snap back to the perfect format. Also, we have a few options to position them right here. And as you see, keyboard and crop off, resize like that. This little page, which I will link in the description below. And it's just a simple DLL file for Fuga, which goes into the components folder in Fuga, which I already did earlier. And as soon as you did that, you have in the configuration under tools, now playing simple, right here, this little window. First of all, you have to select a folder where you want to change, where you want to save this file. I will call this song title txt. And then you can change the design that will be used to show your title and artist. For example, you can add like this. Now playing artist title and do a little space right here. Now I will play some music, hopefully. That should work. And now we should have a little text file which has exactly this info. And this little text file can be easily used in OBS with the text plugin. Just have to, instead of entering a text, have to select this little file right here. Let's edit first so you can see it. And then let's pause it and change the design a bit. As you can see, it already changed to post. Now let's see, let's do a bit of juice, a bit bigger. That looks not bad. Now mine will be white or full and in this case we don't want to loop it, so if it's finished, it's finished. Now the only downside of this little plugin is it has no browse button yet, so we need to copy our folder name and then add our little file name and add that to the list. And we have our video playing, recording of one of my streams. And as you can see, there's also a bit music playing back on the stream. Now, if you switch to the scene 2 and switch back, the video will replay. So you have to leave the scene active or change the video or something like that. The plugin is still in development, but it's running fairly nice, so I want to show you that. That's about it for the first tutorial. As always, if you have questions, post them below and I will try to answer them. And I will try to post the next tutorial as soon as possible. Goodbye.
I think your video broadcast video do not want to open, right? Because of maybe this problem. Let me show you how to fix it. So simply just goes to the open broadcast software right here, and go to setting, click setting, and then go to the broadcast setting and you have to make a change right here a little bit. It will say like something like FLV something or something like that, right? What you do, you just delete this one, this one, this one, and put MP4. Delete the previous one and make a change with the MP4, and it will fix your video, and it will works perfectly fine. You know, I had a problem like that before, and I did it and I fixed it. So now it's worked perfectly. And thank you for watching. Please like or share my video.
Oh, hello there. I'm Dr. Carl Milkthistle. You know, they say there's 50 ways to leave a lover, but to love a lover, there's a million ways.
I used to think I knew what it was I had to do. Now my confidence is shaken and
Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is your host, the one and only one Hennis, and today guys, I'm going to be bringing you a tutorial on how to set up the auto DJ feature for Nightbot in your Twitch stream. Now quickly before I go along here guys, I do want to mention to all of you that this feature unfortunately is not going to work if you stream using the built-in streaming service on your built-in streaming service.
I think
Today I'm gonna be showing you how to change your OBS FLV player videos to Windows Media Player, because when you open an FLV player video, it pop up some ads and you cannot remove those ads until you buy it. So I don't think so there's any solution in YouTube, because I already searched there. First thing you wanna do is go to settings, file, click on open recordings folder, and you will pop up on this. There's all the video you recorded. You don't need to select all, just select one and right click it, click on this, and now you're gonna do is click on the change button. When you do that, there will be nothing here, there's gonna be just FLV Media Player. If you download it from the store, Windows 8 or Windows 7, you can download from the Google, I believe. If there's no Windows Media Player, just click on more options, go down, there will be option says Windows Media Player. So I already have it, so it's on here. If you do not have it, just look for another app on this PC, click it. Wherever is your Windows Media Player is located, just click on it and click open, and it's gonna be here, and it's gonna be in this list. Just click on it and it's changed, nothing apply, and okay, you are done. So when you open this, there will be there will be nothing, because in FLV Player there's ads that you can remove. So here it's really free, you can edit them in any software you want, upload them in YouTube, do whatever you want. If you enjoyed this video or if that was helpful, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys next time. Today I'm gonna be showing you how to change your OBS FLV player videos to Windows Media Player, because when you open an FLV player video, it pop up some ads and you cannot remove those ads until you buy it. So I don't think so there's any solution in YouTube, because I already searched there. First thing you wanna do is go to settings, file, click on open recordings folder, and you will pop up on this. There's all the video you recorded. Click on open recordings folder, and you will pop up on this. So I don't think so there's any solution in YouTube, because I already searched there. First thing you wanna do is go to settings, file, click on open recordings folder, click on open recordings folder, click on open recordings folder, and click on open recordings folder, and you will pop up on this. There's all the video you recorded. You don't need to select all, just select one and right click it, click on this, and now you want to do is click on the change button. When you do that, click on open recordings folder and you will pop up on this. There's all the video you recorded. You don't need to select all, just select one and right click it, click on this and now you're another app on this PC, click it wherever